The fog rolled thick over the shoreline of Blackridge Bay, swallowing the small fishing hamlet in silence. Lanterns swung from crooked poles, their glow dim and shivering against the mist. Few dared to walk the docks at night, for the fishermen spoke of voices rising from the waves' soft, mournful songs that carried the weight of the drowned. Old Marat, the net mender, was the only one who never turned her head when the voices called. Her hands, knotted with age, worked steadily by candlelight as others barred their doors. "They're not calling for me," she would say. But the truth was darker. Once, long ago, she had answered them. When she was young, Marat's brother had vanished at sea. His boat was found smashed against the rocks, but his body never returned. That night, standing on the pier in her grief, she heard him, his voice carried in the tide, calling her name. She followed the sound down into the surf, her skirts dragging her under. She would have drowned, if not for the cold hand that caught hers and pushed her back to shore. The hand was her brother's, though his eyes were no longer his own. Since then, the drowned had passed her by. They called for others, for the reckless and the lonely, never for Marat. Yet she knew their songs, each voice a soul poured beneath the black waters. One autumn night, a storm struck the bay, tearing masts like twigs and hurling boats against the breakers. The sea was alive with screams, human and otherwise. Marat lit her lantern and went to the pier, though the younger folk begged her to stay. Standing in the lashing rain, she listened. Through the thunder came the voices, hundreds, rising in terrible harmony. And among them, she heard her brother again. But this time, he did not call her name. He whispered a warning. "The sea is hungry, Marat. Tonight it takes the whole village." She dropped her lantern into the waves. Its flame snuffed instantly, and turned back to the houses. She shouted for them all to flee inland, her voice sharper than the storm. Some listened, others did not. When the tide surged higher than any had ever seen, swallowing the docks and tearing away the cottages nearest the shore, only those who ran survived. At dawn, Blackridge was little more than wreckage on the sand. The drowned no longer sang, and Marat was nowhere to be found. Some claimed she had been taken at last, pulled beneath the waves to walk with her brother. Others said she walked into the storm willingly, trading herself so the sea would spare the rest. To this day, when the fog drapes Blackridge Bay, the fishermen hear a single voice among the surf, not mournful, not calling, but steady as a lantern's glow, guiding them home.